Charles,
Morning.
what's going on over here?
Yo, you're doing this backwards. We're supposed to start over there and then walk over here.
Okay,
We gotta
let's
go
go
over here.
over here. This thing is not happy.
I think it's about time to get a new gimbal.
Okay.
I've had that one for
We have to go on this side of the
many
doors,
moons.
right?
Yes. Okay. Now
Okay.
we gotta start walking that way.
Got it. Here we go.
My 44 mag is loaded with hollow points, even though I know I'm not supposed to have those.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys went over there, get to come back over here.
Yes, you gotta
Charles,
start
this
over there.
is the
Liz
rules.
screwed it up.
Always. That's why I shouldn't be running this thing. Oh, I didn't know this thing just moved like that. What do I do?
What do I do?
Oops, wrong button.
There you
Oops.
go. Whoa. Ah. Yeah. Oh.
Whew. Okay. Usa. Hi. Vincent, move.
Wake up.
Hi.
Come over
I
here.
finally found the first really good one.
Oh no.
No, like actually good one.
Okay.
Like
All
not
right.
bad good, like good. Because someone look
You
up.
got that good.
Someone look up James Yeager with Tactical Response. He did a whole video on why all of these things are horrible advice for gun owners. He addresses the entire list and says, "Please go get training, folks."
That's what that
I
list
found
says
one
to me.
guy.
You should. Oh my god! I wish we could show that video that I sent too of that guy shooting around the student. Like,
Oh yeah, I saw that a couple times this weekend also.
Bad.
So, what did you title this?
internet gun advice.
Oh.
Holy sheet!
Well, where are we at right now? We're on the internet.
Oh no, we
true
are.
story.
We are the internet.
Yes, we are the internet. Vincent,
Are you ever
I'm very
not on the internet?
uncomfortable.
You're uncomfortable?
Yes.
Here, I got you. Got you.
Much better.
It helps.
We need to
Hand
move.
on the shoulder.
We need to swap spots. There we go. Now I'm mucho bettero.
That's all you need in life. I got you.
Okay, so this, I don't even know when I sent it. It's over the weekend or last week or something. A list that I saw shared through multiple friends of mine. Uh-oh, I just screwed this up. That just made me cringe
A lot.
a lot.
Over and over.
And so we did what we're not supposed to do, and we talked about all this in our office instead of just hitting the go live button and having that conversation. So we're gonna rehash out a lot of this, although the gold just keeps falling out of the comment section of this thing. So
That's Vinny's job is to,
Yes.
to
I
watch the
found
comments.
so many good ones.
so
So many.
just okay. Listen. Obviously, you guys hopefully take this whole shooting guns thing and training thing, learning thing somewhat seriously, at least because you're tuned in here, and we like to consider ourselves pretty
Somewhat educated.
decently educated peoples, and we like to share that education with you.
Vinny's back.
Peggy, good morning.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, Mom.
Vinny, you've had like 12 gold ones.
Oh my God, there's so many.
So many people
So many.
view our world, the gun people,
The gun people.
guys, and gun girls, because of posts like this. I saw this shared through several of my Marine Corps friends and other just,
But Marines are handgun experts, aren't they?
of course,
Maybe.
all things
Oh,
guns.
it was almost coffee out my nose.
Yes, all things guns. So the very first thing I see, not that there's anything necessarily like wrong with the gun, but the very first thing I see is this little Ruger LC9. Okay, and then all the wisdom starts pouring out of this post.
It
Right.
starts off okay. It's kind of witty comment.
I
the
mean-
very first one.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the beginning of this, and then we're gonna go through some of the points that they make. All right, some words to the wise, shooting advice from various concealed carry instructors. None of these guys, I don't think. If you own a gun, you will appreciate this. If not, you should get one and learn how to use it. Okay. First up, guns only have two enemies: rust and politicians. Okay.
That's valid.
Okay. That's kind of like, it's kind of funny. Like that's kind of a funny thing.
That's valid.
Next one, right here, I was like, oh boy, here we go. It's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Vincent, how true is this?
Dumb.
It's not true. It's not a great way to think about your self-defense encounter. That judgment might not go as swiftly and smoothly as you might think. What's the Varg Freeborn's book?
Violence of mind.
Violence of Mind. Go read that book. He addresses that concept very early on in the book.
Yes.
And it's a worthwhile understanding. It'll change your perspective. I understand why people say it.
Yes, I get it. But
So I think good morning, Elizabeth. Being dead or being on the stand, I think it's an understandable, like, I'd rather be on the stand trying to fight for my freedom. However, the mindset is the problem. The
Yes.
mindset of taking no responsibility for the law because you'd rather just win the fight, that's the problem.
Yes.
Of course, if you have to defend your life or your family's life, like, what you should take away from that is, like, you need to know where your parameters are. Because if you need to defend your life, and it's a justified defense of your life, then it's not to say that's going to go smoothly for you. But if you go into that with the mindset of, it's like, well, I'd rather not be dead, so I'm just going to start
shooting. Start blasting.
What's Danny DeVito guys like? And then I started blasting.
so anyways, I started blasting.
So anyways, I started blasting. So don't do that.
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible mindset.
It's a mindset, yeah.
Cops carry guns to protect themselves, not you.
I don't understand how that even fits with the line of thought that they were on. Like, here's a picture of a concealed carry gun for you, like, you should have one, and then they put...
That's why you should have one, is because cops don't care about you. Cops are just there out for themselves. Come on now. Come on.
Right.
Never let someone or something that threatens you get inside an arm's length. I mean, okay, like that.
There's some validity.
That's some. Again, if I know Vinny wants to kill me, I'm going to do my best to try to not let that happen. But what if he's got a gun? He doesn't need to be in arm's length. I mean, again, it's just.
So anyone within 100 yards.
Yes.
I think it's within the whole context of the whole thing. It's just.
Hurts my brain.
It's like, of all the tactics and tips that you're going to give us, I don't know.
It's just gross sounding. Never say, I've got a gun. If you need to use deadly force, the first sound they should hear should be the safety clicking off. And he says, but I prefer the sound of a round being chambered when you load a shotgun. Come on now. Everybody knows it's the sound of you racking around in the chamber of your Glock pistol that scares everybody away.
Well, no, shotgun, because this is a concealed carry thing, and so you got to conceal your shotgun.
I was actually going to put my shotgun down my pants this morning.
You were?
Yes, I meant to do. I totally forgot that. I was
That would've
thinking
been
about
hilarious.
doing
The
that.
whole thing's on concealed carry. They show concealed carry
Yeah.
handguns. They would rather have a shotgun loading than safety off. Their shotgun has a safety though.
Yeah.
So that means they're going to carry their shotgun unloaded in their pants with no safety on. It's the only way that works.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe that'll be the racking of the shotgun and the safety.
Ooh.
Get over if you still think that your home defense plan is racking a shotgun. How many times have you guys heard that? From legitimate students?
I can't
the
even
time.
give it a number.
Yes, a
Bajillion
lot.
times.
A lot.
Tragic limp.
It's not worth it. Yes. No, don't. That's not a good mindset.
That's
to
also
have.
that's also a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is it possible that someone hears you chambering around in your shotgun and they're like, I don't want none of that, and they run away? Actually, if somebody were to get, absolutely, that is very but
That's awesome.
If that's what you expect, then you're behind the curve.
Yes.
So,
If you're expecting that to happen, well, of course, when I rack this, all the bad guys are going to go poof and disappear.
Just like the movies.
Yes, little puff of smoke, and they're gone. The average response time of 911 call is 23 minutes. The response time of a 357 is 1,400 feet per second. Not if you can't get that shit out of your Uncle Mike's holster off your ankle. God dang it.
Don't worry, I'm looking at 357 right now. I want to test this.
Dan,
Outsource your violence.
what's the FPS of
I
357
was just
Magnum? I
about
know
to
you'll
look
know
for
this.
it.
I had that exact placard in my basement.
Dan feels attacked.
Dan feels attacked. Boy, there's got to be some on
Dan feels attacked. Dan's like, shit.
I think. Hold on.
Okay.
You know, you're going too fast through these. We haven't had a chance to overthink
Well, Vinny's
them all.
going to do the comments.
But-
He's going to go through the
Okay,
comments.
but listen. Is it advantageous for you to carry a gun for self-defense because law enforcement is not
Isn't
going to be
there.
there to save you?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's not the point. The point is just the over-the-top.
Flippantness of like,
And it, what do they say? The 911 call is it 26 minutes long?
23 minutes. Yeah.
I think that's a little exaggerated, but that's beside the point. It's except for my freaking dream last night. I had the weirdest
Okay.
dream last night.
This is a whole nother rabbit hole. We can't go down.
We're not gonna go.
We don't
down.
have time.
But-
the internet doesn't have time.
No.
Yes, but the whole thing in context is just
Okay, here's one it's again, I can kind of understand. The most important rule in a gunfight is always win, cheat if necessary. Okay, like that makes sense in my brain, but
In the context of them,
You mean it's okay for me to have a red dot on my gun?
that's cheating.
that's cheating.
You can't do that.
Yes, no.
No.
And
Take
you're
that
only
shit off.
allowed to have 6 rounds in the gun. If you need any more than that, you're
You
bad.
shouldn't be carrying a gun, right?
That's right.
If you can't get it done in one shot, then you shouldn't be carrying a gun.
Shouldn't be carrying a gun.
Oh, I'm surprised that one's not on there.
I'm surprised.
I am too. It'll probably magically appear. It's in the comments, I'm sure.
Oh, I can guarantee it.
Make your attacker advance through a wall of bullets. You may get killed with your own gun, but he'll have to beat you to death with it because it'll be empty. Dan's like, I got that one too.
Dan's chocolate.
Yeah. You know that video that we show in CCW, that guy does try to, he gets the gun away from one of the ladies and tries to shoot them back with it, and it's empty. So
That's true. That's very true. If you carry a gun, people will call you paranoid. Nonsense! If you have a gun, what do you have to be paranoid about?
so first part of that's right. They will call you paranoid.
Yep.
That's true.
Or you just don't tell everybody, and then it won't be an issue.
That's the real truth.
But what was the second part?
What do you
Nonsense.
Have-
what do you have to be
What do you have
paranoid
to be
about?
paranoid about?
You don't carry that as a way to go into places where you were paranoid before. You're not gonna.
So dumb.
Yeah, if I'm nervous about going to this place, but I'm going to put a gun on my hip, now I'm not going to be nervous.
No.
That's a terrible way to think about that.
There's a.
Andy, good freaking
Andy.
morning, sir. All right. Sorry. Put my phone
Distraction.
away.
Continuing.
Why
Yes.
did you put it away?
I don't know why I put it away.
Loose lips.
You can say stop or alto or any other word, but a large bore muzzle pointed at someone's head is pretty much a universal language. Amen.
execution.
Come on.
Amen.
And this is the shit that people. Oh, Elizabeth! What in the
I don't know.
world?
Touched it.
Girl! I don't know what to do. Uh-oh.
Fix that.
It's gonna die.
Turn it off.
Panic.
I don't have it. Just turned itself off. Or it's trying to. Our world just blew up.
Oh man, that was.
Let's see. I don't know if it'll work. Nope.
It's earthquake.
Earthquake. There's an earthquake hit the ring.
All right.
All right.
We'll
now
take it.
now we gotta hold
Here,
it.
Can we just prop it up on something?
I mean, I have a little doohickey on the back that you can flip out.
Here,
Let
you
me see
do
if
the
I can
doohickey.
Figure that out while you talk. Oh no, it's not in its case.
It's not
I
in
don't
its
have
case.
it
Where's your case?
over there.
You can set it up here.
Oh yeah,
Try to prop it up against those rounds.
we got the case.
That's a case.
Okay, this is gonna get weird for a second, guys.
It's already there.
Yeah, I already got weird. There was an earthquake.
There's the ceiling. Everybody enjoy the rafters.
Liz far.
They're still there.
Everybody's still there.
The world went.
Look, there it is. Ta-da.
Good. All right.
Charles! Yeah.
Okay, we got this. Relax.
No breaking the internet.
Relax.
The guy over there did it.
I'm afraid to touch my phone.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
We need to make it. This is like our album covers view when we were playing golf.
All right.
It's not concealed.
All right, we go in the comment section.
Yes,
I
go
only-
to the
hold on.
comments,
We're going-
Vincent.
I only care if I'm going somewhere I think I might need it.
Dano.
Oh, that's another
Sorry, I missed GOP. No, you didn't. That's Friday.
yeah,
Andy.
it's next week.
Earth-
This week.
one. Earthquake.
Yes. Earthquake. Yep. Good morning, Dad, Vincent, and all. Was this weird dream mode? Oh yeah, about that. Technology is killing me. I feel
Oh, my
shaken
God.
and not stirred. You guys are great.
You guys are pretty awesome.
All right,
awesome.
we're going to the comment section now. This is not
That's
the
my copy.
post. This is what people say on the post. The top comment, by the way, this is the very top one. I'm locked and loaded at all times. I have no quarrels about shooting if I have to. But a word to a wise man, a dead man can't testify against you or sue you for bodily injuries.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a pretty common one.
Oh my
You
God.
hear that a lot.
Yes.
Shouldn't
Oh,
you just
But
kill
then
him to
there's-
make sure that?
Then there's the comment underneath that
oh boy.
comment.
Okay.
I'll never forget my dad, chief of police, always telling me, dead man tell no tale. It hurts my brain.
Just kill him. I mean, that's
Oh,
what
my
you do, right?
God.
And you just,
Then they won't tell any tales.
oh my goodness, yes.
It's terrible. Terrible advice.
Oh, and then the best part, the person that made the original comment also commented underneath everyone else's stuff. Because someone asked them, like, hey, their estate could still sue you for wrong of death. And this comment is what got me. That's what my instructor told me.
There,
I'm not making it up. It says it right there.
there.
Hurts my brain. Hurts my brain.
So first of all, understand when you come in here and tell us that, hey, can I? This is one I've heard a bunch too. Can I skip this class or that class? I'm already an instructor. Or can I just get my holster while I'm already an instructor? What does that mean? Because instructors say this kind of crap too.
Someone that says that, can I skip this because I'm already an instructor, is telling us exactly what we need to know.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Like, I would be happy to go take a CCW at a random place just to hear how somebody else teaches it and learn something new. I learned something new in every class that I teach. Man, what was... I say that and I can't remember what I learned in my last one, but it was...
Forensics tells all tales. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we're not trying to take lives, guys. You defend yourself to get to safety. You're not trying to kill people.
Yeah.
And if you only use it when absolutely necessary, then these things aren't a thing anymore.
And this is, like I was saying before, this is what kills me with this is where some people get their education. Okay. Look, it just did it again.
Reactions are now enabled. It went
It's
away.
Too fast. Doesn't like you, Vincent.
Come on.
It's crap. I lost my train of thought. I have no idea. I got way squirreled. Oh, people use this as their education, right? So we see this two different ways. People agree with it, with all this stuff, and they use this as their education in the gun world. Or people who just think the gun world is full of a bunch of morons and idiots are right when they read that stuff and see all the comments, all the people that agree and expand upon these things. And
I mean, I have my own truth to that. So true. Amen. I like this one. Amen. Great post. Wonderful. Just absolutely correct. This is so true. Amen.
It comes back to the
Hurts me.
reasonableness, because if the prosecutor starts
me.
having people research your social media crap and they see that you're like, a dead
them
man
all,
tells
let
no
God
tales,
sort 'em out.
like, you think that stuff's not going to come back out?
oh my goodness.
You need to be reasonable in your choices. You apply a reasonable amount of force in a situation that is reasonable for you to defend yourself at that amount of force. You have to be reasonable at all times, and you have to be an innocent party at all times. And if you are being the aggressor or killing somebody so they don't sue you later, you are on the wrong side of the fence, and your life will be a living hell because that shit comes back out for sure.
I just remembered this one. I got my 44 Magnum, and it's loaded with hollow points, even though I'm not supposed to have those.
He must live in New Jersey.
That's why we sell them right here. Awkward.
Maybe they're in New Jersey, and then he just told everybody that he's got it. People are awesome all the time.
All the time.
Yep.
So anyway, don't get your
me.
gun education to include this internet thing, right?
So how? Yeah.
Come in and take a class with us. Or
I can't not. And damn it. Don't aim to maim, aim to kill, and reload if necessary. It's a comment in here. Just reading it. It hurts my having an aneurysm.
I love people.
Yep.
I really do.
You read the comments on like your local neighbors app or your local Facebook community pages and stuff. Oh man, it hurts me to know that people that are not very far from me are saying some of the things that they do. Pistol loaded, hog cranked, gobbleless.
What?
I appreciate
Okay.
it. Oh my God.
So how can somebody, when they're looking into training, determine whether they're going to get garbage like that or an actual education that is something worth trusting?
You know,
Is it easy?
no, it's not, because you don't know what. So if you know nothing, okay, you're okay, Vincent. Sorry, I love you. You're like Vinny, and you don't know math, and you want to learn math. If you haven't watched the video that we did on the baseline drill, you got to go watch that.
My face, priceless.
Like unscripted, I asked him a math problem, and he was like, "You can see the look of holy crap in his face."
Don't watch
It's
it,
great.
Mom.
Go to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, or you can find it on here too. Anyway,
God, I hate math.
if Vinny wants to learn how to do math, he will find a math instructor, teacher, right? I looked him up in the phone book. That's how you do that still, right? You looked him up in the phone book. Math instructor, Bob Smith. You don't have any idea if he's a good math instructor, but he should be because he's an instructor. He should be super smart and be able to teach you all the ways. So that happens with firearms instructors, right? Like, you are brand new and you want to learn the ways. I want to do this the right way. I want to be safe. I want to have a good understanding. So I just Google firearms instructors near me. And you get somebody that maybe just passed their first instructor course last week and have got their Facebook page up and whatever. And maybe they're super awesome. Maybe they've been doing this a long time and decided they wanted to, make a little extra money and do this on the side or whatever. Maybe they're super awesome. Maybe they're not. But how do you know?
How do you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, you really don't.
So I think there's a couple ways you can look into this. Is look up reviews, word of mouth, things like that. I mean, just like you're buying something on Amazon. Look at the rating. You're going to a restaurant. What's the rating? I mean, people tell the story of what to expect. And it's not to say everybody's opinion is the end all be all either. Sure. However, I think that, and we do stuff like this. We have a YouTube presence. You can come in here and talk to us. And I think that is important. If you're going to find a jiu-jitsu gym, I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day, and he's like, "Hey, am I too old to start jiu-jitsu?" And I'm like, "No." But find a gym that resonates with your values too. It's like you're gonna go to a competition gym, they're gonna mop the floor with you. Do a little research on it because this is an important topic, and this topic is a determining factor, literally between life and death, if it came to it, or freedom.
Yeah.
And your freedom is important. I know that some people don't really consider that because they think that, the forensics will tell all, or they envision themselves making all the right choices. And I'm not saying that you're going to make bad choices, but if it comes out a certain way, even if you made the right choices, but you don't know how to talk to the police afterwards or give a statement afterwards or not to give a statement, then you're going to be in jail for something that that you didn't do, or, you know, you didn't have, it wasn't a bad situation. So your freedom is important too. And, you know, when I first started here, I heard you say this, and it really resonated with, you know, why it's important to get the education. And even after that first class is to continue on. You could go take a crappy CCW class and then keep learning to find out that, like, okay, my instructor said this, but I'm going to challenge that a little bit and learn as much as I can on my own so I can make my own decisions, because it's ultimately your responsibility. And you said, you know, what's your goal at the end of the day is to get home to your family. Well, if you're in jail because you're no longer free because you committed homicide and it was not justified, then you're not going home to your family. And not only that, but you just caused your family and everybody around you an immense amount of pain and suffering because of your actions. So don't be so naive. And again, you might not know what you don't know, but spend the time to do a little research, because that's important. This is a big decision, and it's a high consequential tool, and it deserves your attention.
Yes. You know, and I this is going to sound very braggadocious and tooting our own horn and such, but how many times, and I know it's been multiple times for each of you, but how many times have you had somebody that has sat through your CCW class? And CCW is not the end-all be-all of training either.
Sure.
A lot of people think that it is. But they have come to your CCW class and you're like, man, I really don't want to be here, but I let my CCW expire. It's been expired for a year. I didn't realize it, so I got to retake this stupid class. And I go, oh, cool, whatever. You know, you'll still have fun. Oh, I'll just, you know, wake me up if you need me, you know, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And usually, not always, but usually at the end of that class, they'll come up to us and be like, hey, this was way different than our last class that I took, and way better. And I learned a ton. I was not expecting that. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
thank
freaking awesome. I love that. And we hear that a lot. Everybody who's a firearms instructor teaches a CCW class, and they're not always great.
First-hand experience right here. When I got my CCW on the other side of Missouri, when I first got out of the military, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Guess how many times I touched a handgun in the military? I think like one time, and that's because we took it apart and put it back together, and then we never touched it again. So I knew nothing other than recreational fun shooting with a handgun. I didn't know enough to be good. But I went and took my CCW class, and I sat in a room with two other guys, and our instructor brought out the rolly cart from like 2002 with the TV on it, the really thick TV that most people don't know what those are anymore, the thick ones. And
You're so old, Vinny.
He put the VCR in.
It's called a VHS tape in the VCR.
Semantics.
Yeah.
Semantics. Either way. He put that thingy in the thingy.
I can still hear the noise.
Press play, and there was a lawyer on it, and he taught my 8-hour CCW through a TV. I was so bored. So bored. I learned nothing, but I got the check in the box to get my CCW. Then I came here, I took his class, and that was like 2018, and I was like, that's how CCWs are supposed to be. Actually getting information out of it.
Yeah.
Not just sitting in front of a TV.
And we continue to take each other's classes and things like that, and we're perpetual students. We learn from the questions that you ask. We'll have attorneys in class sometime that, you know, will explain some verbiage in the law or something like that in a different way so we can articulate it differently. Like we have professors and teachers that come into class that teach us more about public speaking. I mean, like, we are constantly growing too, so that way we can provide the most up-to-date information to you guys as well. You know, your instructor should be a student as well. Like, I think if there was one thing that you could look for in a teacher, a coach, a trainer, is them a student. They can learn from you, and they continue to learn from other people. And if they are stagnant and they're not continuing to grow themselves, that's a pretty big indicator that they might be behind the curve themselves. It's not to say that they don't know anything, but I think that no matter how old you get, no matter how long you do it, you need to be a student forever.
For
Vince
sure.
is a professional student. Ew.
Unless it's math. I ain't.
Or spelling, or English,
Or English.
or...
It's actually, here, we'll boil it down. I'm great at the things I like. Great at the things I like. Math. God, I hate math.
Math is awesome. So, But how do you know? How do you know, as the new student who's showing up here, you're taking our word for it right now that we're going to be good instructors. Does everybody get along with us? Does everybody love all our classes?
No.
Right? Can we please everybody? No. But
That's life.
definitely the vast majority, I think, are very surprised by the level of. I heard it this weekend in the class that you were teaching Friday with the church group. One of the guys who's taken a bunch of our classes, he came up and he's like, I don't know how the hell Vinny does it, but that was freaking awesome. and I told him, I was like, that's one of Vinny's superpowers, right? Is just being able to meet you at your level and make you step it up, push you outside the comfort zone a little bit and go to that next place. And we try really hard to do that. And there are lots of great instructors out there. I'm not saying that we are the best of the best of the best. There's lots of great instructors out there. There's also a lot of garbage, right? How many times do we have students come in here that are like, well, I learned, a lot of times we hear is from a cop, right? Like, oh, my brother's a cop, or my neighbor's a cop, or my dad's uncle's cousin's next door neighbor's dog's buddy is a cop.
And that knowledge just like permeates
Yes.
through the.
Yeah. My dad's a cop, so I know everything.
Yeah.
all the time.
What did he teach you? Well, he never really taught me anything, but I've been around it my
Yeah.
whole life, so I know everything. We had it happen with a young lady was trying to skip like defensive handgun 1 and 2. She's like, I said, well, we cover these things. Oh yeah, I already know how to do that. I already know how to do that. Okay, come in, take a lesson. We'll evaluate it. She couldn't even draw her gun from a holster. It was not ready, but somebody told her she was. Right? I don't think she made that up.
Sure.
Somebody showed her how to do it and said, you're good at that. And she was not. So it's vet the instructors the best that you can, right?
Yeah.
You certainly don't always know, but vet the instructors.
Come in and have a conversation with us. People do it all the
Yeah.
time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We're interested in this class, and one of us will come out here and have a conversation with you and explain some of the different classes and, give you some level of standard that we don't do that as necessarily a way to say like, well, you can't take this if you're not good enough. We want you to be able to learn the skills in the class, and if you're still struggling with certain things, then you're not going to be at a level to where you're going to retain the most possible from that class. And so, so come in and have a conversation with us, get to know us as individuals, and watch our shenanigans more. You'll hear all kinds of it come out. So,
For sure. You got to go watch the video, the baseline qual, just so you can see Vinny's face with the map, and you can see my mustache. You got to pay attention to my mustache.
There's no mustache in
Or
there. What are you
lack
talking
of.
about?
Oh yeah, what mustache?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is no mustache. Don't watch the video. There's no mustache.
All right. Anything else we want to? So, are there any other outside of the list of things that we ran through on that one single post? What else is out there?
Drag the body inside.
Oh my
Well, that's a big one.
gosh!
Drag the body through the threshold, and then you're good. That's
Bad idea.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't touch any evidence.
it hurts my back.
As I think it was Dan that said, like the forensics will tell the whole story. Absolutely, right? Like you're not fooling nobody with that. Don't. It's a terrible idea. Don't do that, please. What else?
So it's more of a way how you say it, not what you're saying, but like, I plead the fifth. Now, giving a statement after a use of force is definitely not in your best interest.
Yes.
And your Fifth Amendment protects you from that. But to be the gung-ho, like, screw you, I'm not talking to you, you're going to look like, they're going to have a perception of you that's not going to be so great. And the cops are the first one taking your statement, and if they think you're just a big old jerkbag that's like, I'm not talking to you, like, just say, hey, I'll cooperate, but
Totally happy to cooperate.
I would like to speak with an attorney first.
Yes.
Before I give a full statement. So I would just choose your words wisely.
Big words.
Big words. Wide words.
Don't choose wide
Widely.
words. I don't want wide words. Whiteboards are bad. Small.
You have 6 months to re-up CCW.
So I don't know if that's in response to a question, but yes, in Missouri, if your CCW permit is expired,
You got 6.
you have up to 6 months to renew it. It's still expired during that period. You don't get to just keep saying that you've got it, because you don't. Now, do you have to have a CCW permit to conceal carry in Missouri? No, you don't, except for a whole list of places.
That was going to be my next one. It's like, you don't need a CCW.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
constitutional carry.
yes.
Well,
We are-
I'm protected by the Second Amendment.
Okay,
Here we go.
here we go.
You know,
I've
you're
heard
protected by the Second
I've heard
Amendment
it.
so much that
so
they had
much.
to make a law that says that you can actually use the Second Amendment. But then, even then, there's still restrictions. So,
Gotta love it. Been told that many a time.
Yes.
I love it and I hate it all at the same time.
Yes.
Like, I love that they tried, but I hate that they had to make a law to allow us to use our Second Amendment rights. And even then, it's still not. It's still infringed. So it's not quite what you think. You can get charged with a misdemeanor if you violate certain aspects of that. If you don't have a permit and you walk into a church and you get found out, you could be charged with a misdemeanor, which would keep you from getting your
permit.
Your permit. Is there a part on the 4473 to keep you from purchasing a gun?
I don't think for that, no.
But you would not be able to carry.
Yeah.
So it would totally ruin that for you. Come take a class.
good morning.
And
Adam, good morning.
Oh, hello.
yeah, he's been back and forth a little bit.
All right, awesome.
We need to get that stuff out.
Yes, he fixed some stuff on it. So we got Adam Winch is teaching a class here in July,
I think it's August.
August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because GOA.
GOA. Unfortunately, I was super looking forward to it. Elizabeth and I are not going to be here for that class, but we'll get some stuff out about that
So sad.
shortly. You got to sign up for Adam's class. It's
Oh, yeah.
Be awesome.
it's freaking awesome. I'm a little jealous that Vinny will get to take it.
That's
I'm
another
not.
thing is
excited.
if you come and take a class that you like, whether you take Adam Winch's class and Adam talks about Brian Hill or the range, or you come here and we talk about Adam Winch, those are ways that, like, if you take a class that you like from an instructor and they're like, you need to go take this class, or you can, given that you appreciate that instructor's opinion, you can value their opinion as far as next steps. That's always a great way to go. If you've already taken training from somebody and you value their opinion, definitely.
Sorry, trust me, when we realized what it was, we're like, oh man, but
That just means we get to have you on again soon.
yes, yeah.
You gotta come back.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll do is just get another one scheduled.
Yeah,
so.
it's so sad. I'll have to take it twice.
So this guy here, Josh from Guardian, I'm gonna take he was here for ILETA.
I was in his class.
Vinny got to take his class. I just signed up for his class at ILFE in
Nice.
Fort Worth in September. And then we're going to look at trying to have him out potentially next year. But again, it's just, like she just said, you ask people.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Ask people, get recommendations from people, and just get out and do the work.
Yeah. Yep.
Learn.
Yep.
All right. Anything else? We got to go. Man, my elbow is freaking sore today. I don't even think I got armbarred today, but god dang it. It is not that one, this one.
Okay. Just checking.
This one feels fine. Elbow you in the face. Man.
It's on video.
Anyway, anything else? From either you two clowns?
I don't think so.
I think
Great
we did.
conversation.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Glenn.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shenanigans.
Really,
Good old
she
shit.
talks. We mumble things occasionally.
Oh, okay. Let me tell my dream real quick.
Real
Get a
quick.
couch.
Get a couch.
In
I'm gonna lay down.
my dream, I walk out my front door and I have a banister. At the end of my banister, there's a Gen 1 Glock 17 to the end of it. And then there's these people out in the road. So as I'm walking out, I see my Glock 17 and I was like, well, I can't grab it because they're going to think that I'm using it for them or something. So I go down the steps, I walk around the corner. Sure enough, this guy from the group comes up and shoots me right in the stomach with his 38 special. And so now I have a hole in my belly and I'm trying to think of what to do. I tell somebody to call 911. They call 911 and I'm waiting and I never do anything with the hole in my belly.
Just clarifying, everyone. This is a dream.
This is a dream.
Yes.
Just clarifying that. This is a dream.
And And that was pretty much it. That was it. And then today in jiu-jitsu, we did knee on belly.
Knee on
so
belly,
it
so
was,
we were
it was
punishing
really
each
weird.
other, yes.
And then I had to reconsider the medical technique for solving a solution or solving a problem where you get injured in the gut. And so anyway.
And even your consideration of the hospital you were going to go to.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that
In the book
well,
that
I'm in the city, so there's probably a bunch of other gunshot people there at the same time. So
That's
where
right.
am I going to be at in the priority list?
I told
So you're overthinking stuff. You overthink in your dreams. You were overthinking.
That's true. Never ends.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. Instructors are a dime a dozen. Good ones are worth their weight in gold. It's very true.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, I hate saying we're awesome, but we've got a great team. We believe in what we teach in, and I think we give a good product. And we're not afraid to tell you to go take classes other places.
No, not at all.
I tell my students all the time, I don't care if you train with other instructors in St. Louis, travel the country and go train with people, go get the education. It's if somebody tells you, well, you got to keep doing this with me, then they're probably not in it for the right reason. So,
And, Adam was an assistant instructor to Brian Hill's class when he came last year. And that was our exposure to him, and obviously Brian talked highly of him as well. So assistant instructors can also help you determine whether or not that's someone you want to take a class from as well. So it's kind of cool.
it's a pretty cool world when you really start digging into it a little bit. So, all right, we gotta go. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah. All right. If you guys need something, come see us, 1403 Manchester Road in beautiful Baldwin, Missouri. 10 to 8, Monday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 10 to 6. I don't know what's going on here. You guys stay safe, be nice to one another, and we'll catch you soon. Later. Hit the freaking button.